Hi guys, my name is Eric. I'm a personal trainer, which basically means I help folks to achieve their fitness goals. So today we're gonna speak about abs. I'm gonna share with you guys on which exercises that I love to do to train my abs. And lastly, I'm gonna share what I tend to do on a daily basis to keep my abs visible. Okay? But before we start, I'm gonna share with you guys a basic anatomy regarding abs. Your abs, they are basically divided into two sessions. You have your upper abs, which is this area, and also you have your lower abs, which is this area. And lastly, you have your obliques, which runs down from the side of the abs. Okay? You need to find ways on how you can train all these different areas that I've mentioned so that you can have strong abs. Okay? Okay, so the first exercise that I love to start with is hanging knee raise. So this exercise, first of all, is very difficult, and I won't really recommend this exercise to be done by a beginner. So this exercise focuses more on the lower region, meaning on the lower abs. Like I said, I won't really recommend this exercise to be done by a beginner. Maybe a beginner could start with the hanging leg raise first. Then of course you can progress by doing this exercise. So this exercise is not really difficult apart you holding yourself. Of course you should have a strong grip. If you don't have a strong grip, then you might struggle. But then if you do have a strong grip, then what is more important is for you to kind of tilt your tailbone up as you are pulling yourself up. Then on your way down, the tripod means to control yourself. Okay? Then of course, in terms of the reps, maybe you won't do as many reps as you would like to, because like I said, it's a very challenging exercise. Okay, so the second exercise that I love to do is Russian twist. I love to do Russian twist because there's so many variations that you can use. You can use something, let's say equipment, or you can just use your body weight only. And in terms of your foot, they could be on the ground or they could be off the ground. So that's how you can make this exercise difficult or easier in a way. So the reason why I also love this exercise because I tend to move more of my spine, and I guess that is also a good movement for your spine. Okay, because our spine tends to not move a lot in this direction, and of course it tends to build our obliques, which is what we want. Okay, so in terms of the reps and sets, maybe on this exercise you will be able to do as many reps as you can because it's not really that difficult. But then as you are increasing the intensity, let's say if your legs now they're off the ground, maybe the intensity of the exercise won't be as the same as when your legs they are on the ground. Make sense? So of course, like I said earlier on, the intensity of the exercise would depend on you, meaning on your fitness level. Okay, so that's the reason why I actually love to do this exercise. Then the third exercise is decline crunch. A decline crunch, I think almost everyone knows this exercise, but then there are some small hacks that you can use to make the exercise more intense. So for me, what I tend to do is as I go up, I tend to exhale. So each and every time when I exhale, I tend to squeeze more of my abs, and that make the exercise more intense. Okay, so that's the tip that I'll say hack rather. That's the hack that I tend to do to make the exercise more intense. Okay. And in terms of the reps on this exercise, I think you can do as many reps as you can, but what is more important is for you to make sure that you engage more of your abs. I know some people, they tend to struggle, they tend to have neck pain when they are doing this exercise. Probably there is something that they are doing that is not good, but what is more important is for you to make sure you are using your abs as you do this exercise. Okay. So this exercise, it focuses more on your upper region. Okay, so yeah, that's the exercise that I tend to do, not all the time, but it's one of my favorite exercises that I tend to do to to focus more on my upper region or my upper abs. So the last exercise is a normal crunch where it focus more on upper and also lower abs. On this one, I tend to do as many reps as I can because it's not really that challenging. As a matter of fact, I tend to finish off with because it's fun and it's not that really challenging. Basically on this one, I just chase that pump on my abs. So I do it until failure, basically. So, yeah. Okay, the last point, as I've mentioned earlier on, I will share now on how I keep my abs visible. So there are a few things that I tend to do on a daily basis to keep my abs visible. The first one, I eat clean from 5 days, meaning from Monday until Friday. Then on weekends, I tend to be flexible. Either I'm going out with friends, so I'll eat whatever I want. Or maybe let's say I visited my parents, because sometimes I tend to visit them on weekends. So I know they eat whatever they want. So, and I tend to not be picky when I'm with them. I just enjoy myself. So, but then I make sure from Monday to Friday, when I'm alone, I eat clean. Okay, so that's how I keep myself accountable. Then the second thing that I tend to do, I think almost every day I walk for like an hour or 2 hours every day. So for me, I think that actually helps me to keep my body fat low. Yeah, like even my work, like I'm required to be on my feet all the time. So I think that actually helps also to keep my lower body fat low. I try to sleep 8 hours, but that tends to not be the case. But what I also try to do now, I try to reach or to have a better sleep or a quality sleep rather. It's not really about hours because everyone is different. So I make sure I sleep, or I make sure I have like enough sleep so that I can be able to be more functional in the following day. Because when you do have enough sleep, you lose body fat by sleeping actually. Let's not even say like enough sleep. You lose body fat by sleeping. So of course, you having enough sleep, you are increasing your chances of losing more body fat. Instead of you sleeping 2 hours or 4 hours, you are kind of limiting yourself from losing body fat if that is the case. So that's what I tend to do. And I train my abs only once per week, or mostly on my rest days. And what else that I tend to do? Yeah, I guess those are a few things that I tend to do to keep myself accountable on a daily basis so that my abs could be visible. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Anyways, on the next video, I'm gonna share what I tend to do on my active rest days. And yeah, I hope you guys will be able to learn some few things on that video. And if you're new on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share, and also comment. Until next time folks, peace out.